I don't know if we have any gotcha moments for Dom today. So there's that.
I'm the one that got today.
Got because his mic was working and then all of a sudden is not working. So
That's funny.
It is.
For those of you who don't know, Vash likes to start the podcast early, technically, and try to catch us saying some dumb stuff before we're aware that he's recording. But
like right now.
Nope.
That wasn't that dumb, though.
It wasn't that.
It's not like Dom crushing a White Claw on his forehead. I mean, that moment.
That was the funniest moment I've ever seen.
Those are moments that you can't
replicate.
No,
you can replicate it. And in fact, every 10 subs I get, I do replicate it every time.
All right. I'll get us rolling. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast, the Marvel Strike Force Insider segment. I am your host, Vash, joined as always by Ashy Pastrami and Chef Crondo. This week, joining us is Chewburger84 from the other Strike Force podcast, Masters of Launch. How's it going, Chew?
Very good, thanks, boys. I'm glad we finally teed this up in the end.
Yeah, it's I guess we're the only two podcasts now talking about Marvel Strike Force. Well, Valley's has his,
Valley, but it's like a recap,
video.
Right? It's more.
Yeah, it's the weekly recap, I think so. But
I feel like we've broken some kind of rule by crossing these streams, though. I've only ever heard bad outcomes by doing this.
It's okay. We'll just have to continue on and keep all of the good energy flowing from here on out, and then we'll all be good. This episode, we're going to be talking about just a recap of what happened this past week, our normal segments and whatnot, but we're going to be a little bit shorter this time because right now we are in the noon block of a 24-hour charity stream for the Doctors Without Borders. I would say the name in French, but I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing all of that stuff. So essentially what we're doing now, if you want to watch us live, if you're most likely watching us live at this point, Our Twitch is twitch.tv/OG podcast. Any sort of donations or subs or bits donated during this, as well as for the rest of the month of April, we're going to give towards Doctors Without Borders. So if you don't have any money to donate because of things are tight and whatnot, which I understand with everyone being locked down and quarantine, if you have a free Twitch Prime sub, you can just use that, and any of that money, that $5 we'll get with the Twitch Prime, will go towards Doctors Without Borders. And that also, I'm doing that too for my personal for the rest of the month of April as well. So there's only 2 more weeks left of April, but that's what we're doing. So glad to have you guys on here to talk some charity stuff, talk some Marvel Strike Force, get into some of the stuff that happened this week. A bunch of stuff broke this week. I can't wait to talk about it. But Chew, where can people find you and your podcast and the other sites that you work on for Marvel Strike Force?
Yeah, so if you just want to get it all in one spot, the best bet is either AlterNerdReality.com or just AlterNerd Reality on YouTube. You can kind of split off everywhere else from there. We got our videos and our podcasts all linked in. So otherwise, Strike Force Masters are launched on Discord or on all podcast apps.
Awesome. Any other social stuff, or is it just the Masters of Launch podcast thing?
Look, I'm going to get back into socials a bit more in the future. We've been really neglecting that side of things. We do have AlterNerd Real, which the boys manage, whereas I'm just at Chewburger84, pretty much any platform you can think of. So, Twitter, Insta, Chatterbait, all the classics, really.
Awesome.
Are you is Marvel Strike Force the only game that you play, or do you also play other mobile games or regular games in general?
Yeah, so I game all the time, my man. Like any free time that I've got, which is getting less since I've become a dad. No, I'm gaming constantly. So because we can't go outside, I've got more of an excuse whenever the kid's sleeping. So I polished off a couple of 2019 games that I missed only on the weekend, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, we're we also do a gaming podcast too, where we just talk about video games and game news that we do once a month. We'll definitely have to have you guys or have you back on to talk gaming, because gaming is a passion for us, which is what started this podcast, and then that just started the MSF segment since we had Casino on once. And he's like, "You guys should do this about."
It was pretty funny how that happened.
About that, yes. And I'll just say thank you for Jonathan Curry for the $10 donation. That you just gave us. That's a go $10 towards the Doctors Without Borders. So thank you very much for that. That will go there. Anyway, you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you can get this episode and every episode where we talk about Marvel Strike Force, other video game stuff. Sometimes we have like little segments where we talk about one-offs of games or movies that we've seen, that kind of stuff, which we call OG chats and whatnot. But while we're here, let's talk Turkey with the recap of the last 2 weeks. So, with that, there's a lot of stuff happening with the Red Star rework, and we've seen it all. It's live. How do you guys feel? I feel it's a little bit of a slight. I feel like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
But the thing that's actually the only good thing for me is that some of my teams are stronger. I know, like all the heavier boys, y'all, like it's their implications for like down the line that will matter more for you guys than it matters for me right now. But you know, I have stronger teams, and as like a mid-range, mostly free-to-play player, it wasn't the worst for me. But I do hear a lot of the complaints that a lot of higher TCP players and people who are playing longer and have a little more invested into the Red Star system, I hear those complaints and they make sense. But for me, like, it doesn't really matter for me right now.
For me, it effectively drops me about 4,000 or 5,000 places in the leaderboard for TCP, and I don't really, really. So I mean, like, I really care about that, but it's more like it's indication to me of how crappy my luck is with Red Stars. But no, I mean, I guess for me, like, the one great thing is that whatever they did, thanks Foxnex for screwing up the ability challenge.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was super happy about that, you know?
Yeah, like, so if you don't know what that means, so right now the ability challenge is bugged. So if you're watching this live, I don't know when they're going to fix this. If you're watching this live, log in right now and do all your ability challenges, because the only person with actual health is Ultimates at the end of tier 12. Right. So everyone else has maybe 10,000 health for the entirety of the event. So go in right now, do your ability tiers. I couldn't do tier 11 or tier 12. So I was able to log in and just knock it out real quick. So if you're listening or watching live, go for that. So yeah, that was a nice little bug that I don't know if they'll probably catch it at some point.
Oh yeah,
maybe. Who knows?
I mean, at this point, the damage is done, right? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know. But the more people
this back before, man, a long time ago.
That's true. That's true.
It would not surprise me at all. If there is a bug that benefits players, Foxnex is going to fix it inside 4 or 5 days. If it works, right. You know, they make a little bit more money in the short term. Maybe it can hang around for a month.
Do you think they'll hotfix it, or you think this is going to have to be a patch release or a patch fix?
I would say if they went all at home with coronavirus, well, not with coronavirus, but because of coronavirus, I think it would be within that same day. I think we're all benefiting right now of people coding from iPads at home.
Yeah, true, dude.
Oh, are we sure that's just not what they do normally? Because it feels like it sometimes.
Yeah, but they don't have the extra crayons at. They leave them at the end.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
That sucks.
It's always one of the coders, half it hanging out of his nostril, you know.
You guys don't just do that anyway? That's just not a normal thing?
No, I don't normally just crush White Claws on my forehead. No.
You don't?
Well, that's a first world problem.
That's not what'd you say?
It's sitting there waiting.
It's ready. It's ready.
Oh.
So real quick, I ran out of drinks. This is my last can of a drink. And it's just I was gonna throw it away, but I was like, I should save this just in case.
Just in the event that you have to use it.
Yeah.
For the stream. Oh my gosh.
Yes. But yeah, so that ability thing was cool. But back to what is the actual what's the complaint? What's going on with Red Star reworks that people are pissed? Let's talk about that. Why is it 2 sets backwards?
So for the most part, I don't know if you guys noticed this. So ideally what happens is they increased all of the requirements for the all the currency by 20-fold. So essentially if you had, if you had 10 6 gold promotional credits, now you have 200. If you had I think that's actually everything else. So they also reduced the amount of promotional credits it takes to go from 5-star to 6-star. I'm sorry, from 5-star from 300 to 150. So that was good. But they also said that any new characters coming out, which we discussed last time, are now not going to be in the Elite Store for purchase until they become farmable or obtainable. We don't know which. We don't know what they consider farmable. So that's the thing.
There's no proper definition they've given.
There's no proper definition. We don't know. We assume it's obtainable, but who knows? Not sure exactly what that's going to be like. But also, they also severely increased the amount of credits it takes to open the actual orbs themselves.
Yeah.
From 500 to 2,500. So it's like almost like a 400% increase on a red star, on a 6 red star orb, as well as a 7 red star orb. So that's kind of frustrating. So if you had any sort of like, if you're like 100 away from opening an orb, which I was, now it's way worse. So, or not just from opening orb, but from credits. So instead of like 500, so if instead of spending 506 red star promotional credits for 50 regular promotional credits, it's now 2,500 for 50. So those are already hard to come by as it is. So it's really kind of a step in the wrong direction, but they didn't tell us about this. These just went live. They said that they accidentally forgot to say something about it, but it's just, I mean, I'll give them a little bit of leeway just because of the situation that we're all in and whatnot, but still at the same time, it's like, can we not proofread things that are going to go out? Make sure that we forgot to say something. I don't know. That's just, I get frustrated with that just from a QC perspective, but we've talked about that on a numerous amount of times. But Chew, what do you think about that from your perspective? Do you have any thoughts outside of that, or is that what, you're kind of in the same boat?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much in the same boat. Like, obviously, it's great that they smoothed the curve. I think that's probably the best thing about this whole update is that, Arena now, you're not going to be as screwed if you haven't got a 7 from playing 2 years, which I still am, like Cass, which is frustrating as hell.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I used to whale borderline Kraken back in the day on red orbs, too. So, unbelievably frustrating.
That blows my mind.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. So, yeah, man, but the way that they've changed the conversion rates, this is significantly worse than it was previously. Like, not even close. And in fact, it's more RNG dependent now to get upgrades on your account than it was 4 days ago. So,
really?
Oh, 100% it is. Because what used to happen is, like, let's say they put all these changes in, but they didn't change the conversion rate. It would mean that roughly once a month, twice a month, you could take a character to, say, 4, maybe even 5, kind of reliably, just from double ups that you were getting on your normal free orb openings. And that's what it felt like this was supposed to be. We could get targeted progression. And then when they increase that by, 5, 6, or even more times, depending on which one of those you look at, now it's going to take you significantly longer to just get one of those if you want to directly convert the extra orbs, like when you get dupes, into actual currency. So now you need more of that currency, which means you actually want more dupes. And it's just, this really is, they lied to us from the start. They overhyped everything. They just wanted to shut down the boycott, whether it was successful or not, pick your side. But the reality is, all of it was BS, unfortunately. The red curve, best thing that came out of it. Everything else is garbage, and it is worse than it was, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the curve, the power curve, I think was probably the best aspect of that. So, which is why everybody went so crazy on the Scientist Supreme Blitz, myself included, and the Sif Blitz, because a 5 red star is now essentially what a 6 red star was. So now that's kind of like where things are with all that. But 7 red star obviously didn't increase, but now 5 red star is the new 6 star. So with that, also we had we had the Sif Blitz that happened that just ended on this past week. How'd you guys do with that? I placed 138th, so luckily I escaped my 101 blitz curse. So there's that. Which I don't know if you heard, Chew, but I pushed for Scientist Supreme and the Hydra Sniper, and I got 101 back to back.
No,
on those blitzes. Yeah. So it's been a thing. We have a couple people who just won't let me live it down. So I was trying to not have that happen. I really wanted a 5 red star.
Why, as a friend, like, why would I let you live that down? That's like,
I don't know. I mean, you shouldn't. Really, it's what you should, because it's hilarious.
I have to remind you about that for eternity.
And please do, because I feel like I'm going to have to start making Blitzing 101 as my like t-shirts and whatnot. I think that's what we should start doing for that.
Absolutely.
I got 25. I got 25% for Sif, which was what I was pushing for, because now I can get Black Bolt. So
nice, man. It was Blitz and Chill for me. I hit the milestones and stopped because I've been farming that War Store because I got a different idea for DD3. I'm going the minimal route. So I'm happy to take longer but spend less mats. So I just bought Sif all the way through. So I just got her 7 stars yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Congrats.
Ready to rock. And then Hella today. So I'm good to go for 7 BB on the first on this one.
Dang.
Man.
That's dope, dude.
Hela is my bottleneck. I have the ability to take Sif to 7 stars right now. I'm just holding off for, trying to spend my gold wisely for the milestones. Yeah. So Hela I am 119 shards away from 7-star Hela. So I'm hoping that I can get her in the next 10 days, maybe. I have to get that's a lot of shards. So I'm gonna have to maybe reach into the old wallet to get her if I need to, but we'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. But I've been refreshing her every day up to 100 power cores and going for
same.
it. So but we'll see.
Well, you get 5 free from the calendar in that week, and then hopefully a double drop day as well. So you might be a lot closer than you think.
I hope that's the case, and because I've been really trying not to spend money on character shards. I will have to say they've been giving a lot of offers for like $2.99 or $1.99 for like these like 50 promotional credits. Here's 50 Colossus shards. Here's all this stuff, which I think is honestly the better value for money. Is where it's like that's what I'm trying to spend my money on per se, because that's what I want to say. Like, hey, this is what I want. I don't want the character shards. I feel like this is a better value for my money, so that's what I'm going to spend things on, because that's what they're looking at. They're seeing what people buy for. They're either testing these little things for the future or what. So if you want, like we've always said it, vote with your money. And that was what we said during the boycott too, is like the whole point of the boycott is to vote with your money. So it's like, if this is what you want, and this is what you want more of, this is what you should spend. If you want to spend money, you don't have to, but like if that's what you want, that's what you're willing to spend money, you should spend it on these kind of things. So there's that. Currently we have going on is the Ghost Rider Blitz, which I've just been kind of autoing while playing Final Fantasy VII, and I'm up to like 14 million right now from just like sitting next to my iPad and going.
I'm just up to 14 million, no big deal or nothing.
I didn't. Yeah, humble brag. Well, I'm saying like I didn't really push that hard on the Hydra Sniper Blitz, and I ended up at 20 million. So it's like, I'll stop at like 16 or so, but what doesn't matter. I'll just let it go, and I don't have to worry about it.
I forgot that we're being more family friendly than usual, and I was just told you. I almost told you good.
No, it's
good
okay.
yourself.
I feel like I definitely see Blitz 101 shirts with Vash coming in the near future. Like I feel like the more we talk about this, and now that Chew just pointed out the fact that he's definitely humble bragging about I'm just at 13 mil, playing me some FF7, hanging with the wife.
It's gonna be like an easy type
playing
Animal Crossing
at 101 or something.
We're grilling right now.
Taking Archie for a walk. My 14 million score.
Yeah,
I'm over here like 3 mil. Just like
I just
chilling.
I'm milestone chill, dude.
Sometimes that's what you want to do. It's just like I'm just like at that very edge of like, if I was able to push just a little bit and get into the top 2,000, I'll be able to 6-star.
I don't think that you are capable of milestone and chill. Like I don't know if that's like in your repertoire.
I have, absolutely.
I know you have. But I'm saying, like, as of lately, it's just like...
Well, what am I going to do? I'm sitting at home. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting there playing Final Fantasy VII. So I'm definitely...
You could be, like, arts and crafting or, like, going out and...
Now you're making me feel bad.
I know. Just
going out?
Trust me, I'm the last person on Earth that needs to be calling anybody out on anything.
You're right, though.
I played Valorant for, like, 4 days straight, like, nonstop. So.
To side note, I'm actually pretty surprised by how much you got into it.
I know, me too. But anyways, not here for that.
Except for yesterday? We won't talk about yesterday.
We won't talk about yesterday.
Wait, what happened yesterday?
We won't talk about yesterday.
We won't talk about yesterday.
Okay.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we weren't streaming too much.
Yeah, I think I was just only had like 2 viewers yesterday for that, but that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what we had with the blitzing. Not the blitzing. It's essentially the quick recap of the week, because now that we're doing this weekly while we're all trapped in quarantine, we don't really have the 2-week recap in which we go over everything that's going on. So it's really just like the 2 blitzes, the Red Star rework that we kind of realized was kind of foobar, unfortunately, and then the tier 12 ability challenge broken, or just say the ability challenge in itself broken. So am I missing anything else that's kind of crazy that happened this week, guys? Or it's just is what it is? I don't think I'm missing anything. I looked at my notes, I didn't see anything. So
yeah, I was just looking at them too.
Hey, let's come along with Proxima.
Oh, I actually got her. I've been farming her quite a bit. Mm-hmm. I actually don't know why, considering I'm not going to get Ebony Maw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it's still good to have her.
Yeah, it's still good to have her. I've been hitting into her. I think I got her at 4 red star, and then I think I have her at 4-star unlock. Chuberg, the thing about me is I somehow I'm like a glitch in the system. I get 4 and 5 red star drops with like every character somehow. I don't know. I'm not
the newer
the new
player,
generation.
Right.
So he gets like all the 5 red star, 6 red star drops. So
that's it.
Like we still that's he is the glitch in the matrix.
They're like, hey, here's these cool things, and we know you don't have the gold stars for them, but there is one way that you could get them even faster if you want to unlock this delicious 5-star that we just gave you.
True. And it's like, I think that they know that I play with like bigger TCP players, and they're like, just let's sneak this kid some more shit.
You're definitely an anomaly. They're sitting there and they're like, we have hundreds of thousands of players, but this one guy, Ashy Pastrami, we know he's hanging with the big guys, and we got to just like,
let's
totally tantalize his wallet.
Cyborg. Yeah,
tantalize his wallet.
Yeah, for sure. How are you doing, Josh and Chew, with Proxima?
I think I'm 4 stars now. 4 stars, 4 red stars. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I need to be pushing hard because I have a 6 red Thanos, so old big daddy Thanny. So and I'm actually a screw up. I kind of like completely neglect. I was kind of like having we'll just call it a temper tantrum with the game when Crystal and Karnak and Yo-Yo, everybody rolled around. So I'm sitting with like a barely 4-star Crystal, or she's like on the fence of going to 4 stars. So like, unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna get Corvus around this time. Like, it would be cool, but if the only way I can see it happening for myself, Ebony Maw, yeah. The only way that I see myself being on track for that is if they bring back a blitz for 2 of those characters, and then I would have to just be like Charlie and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit around, play some FF7, just casually blitz all the time. And
14
don't
mil.
like this trend of where this is going.
Rack up for a cool 14 mil,
This is gonna be a thing now. I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have. There's only like 2,000 people that score above that kind of score. Well, I mean, roughly, but there's only a small percentage of people that score that, and some of them have to sit there for hours grinding their faces off to get to that score.
Fair enough.
They grind their faces off.
It just melts straight off their face. It's just
they're like MSF till I die.
Yeah. Which, oh man, so I wish we had that soundbite on our actual podcast, because that would be even better. But we don't have that. Just on the personal one.
How are you doing I went on a tangent. I'm sorry. I have ADD like crazy, so I just go on tangents. But yeah, tell me about your Proxima.
I don't know if you've heard our podcast, but I am that guy in ours. I think everyone needs one. 100%.
You do. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. I always say that Vash is the face, Dom is the body,
right,
and I'm the ass of the podcast.
Right.
So like, I'm the one that says the dumb stuff. Yeah, you're the body. You're the jujitsu man, dude.
If you didn't have an ass, it'd be full of shit. So I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, you get me. You get me, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you. He gets my role in this dysfunctional family.
I understand.
I'll take it.
Everyone needs a heal. So yeah, I'm hunting down 6 stars. So I'm about 70 away. So I'm looking good.
So how do you manage that? Do you pop like a couple 100 refreshes every day, or do you go with all 450 core refreshes every day?
You sign up to be a content creator like a moron, and then that forces you to have to buy the 2 packs when a character drops every time, and then sometimes it's money. That's all it is. There's no skill.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
okay.
So you are Bruce Wayne. That's your superpower, money.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So all I need to do is just hope that a YouTube does just well enough to get that money back, which very rarely happens because I'm a content creator. But that's the gamble we take, my friends. So that's why I try and do.
I'm hearing that the community needs to step it up and support their YouTube content creators a little bit more. That's what I'm hearing.
All I need to do is watch, man. You don't need to do anything else. Just put it on the background.
Yeah, I mean, you could throw a like and a subscribe,
Well, you're blitzing to 14 mil. You want something else to do?
Yeah.
Nice.
While you're getting there, just a cool 14 mil. That's fine.
Just be cool and hit the like and subscribe button, and don't skip the ads.
That's a big one, actually. Yeah. You don't realize how much it actually makes a difference. Yeah.
Oh man. So great. Well, I'm like at 4 stars with Proxima. I think we're just about to be 4 stars. I've had the absolute worst RNG luck with the orbs. I didn't buy any of the offers, so I've just been chilling. I think I've only had one that wasn't a green orb so far. So I think I had one purple pull. That's about it. So I'm at like just shy of 4 stars. So
yeah,
I'm hoping to push her at least to 5 because I feel like even though these new characters or whatever new legendaries we may have coming up would be like 5 stars. I feel like it's just a baseline. So in the event that they need Black Order for something later on in the future, at least I'm good to go.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm trying to push for. Coming up, we have a bunch of different blitzes and legendary events. Obviously, Black Bolt's coming back very soon. I know we just kind of briefly talked about that. Dom, you're getting Black Bolt. Chef, you're getting Black Bolt. Are you getting Black Bolt? Did you have him last time?
So I got him at 6 last time. So I upgraded. I used all my currency to get a 6 reds. So yeah, I'm just waiting to top him off now.
Awesome.
Yep.
What were we saying, Dom?
Oh, I was just saying, like, I was talking so much shit on Black Bolt before and how much I hated it, and it's a dumb character. I never want to see him. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm gonna get him this time. And I was like, yeah, Black Bolt's dope. Yeah. I love Black Bolt.
I'm curious, do they have a specific date on when he's coming out?
The 29th. 27th, yeah. 27th. So
27th or 29th?
27th.
One of the two
posts. So knowing them, it'll be May 12th.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes.
100%.
Yeah, right. True.
And then upcoming for blitzes are, Iron Fist is coming back on Monday, I believe, is after this is all done. And then after that will be Venom. So I don't know about you guys. That's probably when I'll milestone and chill, unless.
What is your milestone and chill?
Charlie's milestone and chill is like 8 million.
It's a cool. Yeah,
it's like a cool 8 mil.
Cool 8 million is what is milestone and chill for me. I think we're done with like the 4 red star releases for characters one. I think that was just a Tadano Mac blitz. But actually, I have to say, like, I like those events because, like, you can, if you don't have those characters, you can blitz and push for it instead of buying the currency for it.
I believe Iron Fist is one of the last ones because that was one of the characters he used as well. So that should have the 4 reds on it as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, that'll be. I think I already have him at 5 or so. I know, Chef, you have him at 6. So there's no. I'm probably just going to chill with it. But the thing that's kind of cool, and since we were talking about farmability for Inhumans, we have new Nexus campaign characters coming in. So Karnak is coming into the Nexus 8-8, and then Thanos will be in Nexus 8-9. I'm happy that Thanos is here and is farmable for newer characters who can get to that point. But at the same time, like, I kind of wish that they just brought back the old raid styles of Thanos.
That was such a fun raid. It was
great. Like Thanos and Deadpool, those are the best times.
Yeah. That I got Thanos right before they ended that, actually.
What I'm hearing is bring back 2-hour raids.
2-hour raids.
You remember that?
My God.
That
was the weirdest.
Was that before my time? I don't.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like one of the very first quote unquote Greek raids that they had, because Deadpool was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the Thanos second one where they introduced the Enfuego difficulty. That was.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
The chimichanga.
2-hour blitz, 2-hour raid. Like, I know. I was thinking about it, and like at the time, half my guys were in the UK, and half of us are over here. What the hell are we supposed to do? Like, how? I mean, get good. Yeah.
Get good. Whale harder, bro.
Wake up at 1 a.m, guys. Where's your commitment at?
Where is it?
Yeah, but I really hope they don't bring that back. That was nuts. Although I did hear the rumor that they're bringing back, they're doing a 1-hour blitz timer as opposed to 2 hours for something.
The only person here who's excited about that is you.
No, it's probably for like Quake, which I don't care about.
Can you even make a rotation in that period of time if you have a max roster?
I don't think so. Maybe it's like
with a script, maybe
45 minutes. Yeah, with the script, maybe. Yeah. So BlueStacks has macros. There you go. So with that, with Thanos going to a campaign node, now they said that premium orbs at Thanos and Black Widow are now going to match the drop rate of everyone else. So they're they were at 2-3%. Now they're going to go to like one and some change or something like that. And then with that, Yo-Yo is entering the premium orb as a new exclusive character. So that's saying that
so she's farmable
or obtainable. For sure. But that's kind of unfortunate that, I mean, I'm fine with Yo-Yo going to the premium orb, but just don't make that the only way that she's able to be obtained, because I understand why Minerva went there, because Minerva is OP and like she's like really supposed to be hard to get. I understand that, but Yo-Yo is kind of okay. I mean, she's great. Like I use her in U7, I use her on Arena, I use her everywhere else. But like it's all she does is just doing the offense down, and that's really in the evades and get. Oh, I guess she's pretty good.
What she does to Black Bolt though, like that's a whole nother level. Like he's literally 50% less useful. It probably even less than that, to be honest. When she's not on the team, when it's just those two,
right?
True.
It's unbelievably different.
Right. True.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
for those out there, maybe like, I'm not going to say like myself, but that wouldn't know why that's the case. Could we like could you BB experts maybe enlighten the poor lad?
You're the guest, Joe. I'll let you explain.
Yeah, sure. So look, ultimately with that team, you only really need one T4 on her, and that's on her basic. And what it does is it calls in Black Bolt for an assist every single time, which means that because she is ultimately one of the fastest characters in the game and she's going to go a lot, that means that whenever she calls him in, he's going to clear away 2 debuffs on whatever you hit. All right. So what tends to happen when you've got those 2 paired up with Scientist Supreme and Ultima 7, and then you've got 2 turns of offense up, that effectively means that he's going to get between 4 and 5 hits with offense up in, what would normally only be about 2 hits if he was by himself. It's an insane DPS upgrade when Yo-Yo is with Black Bolt.
Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good buff. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so you just have to work on your Yo-Yo a bit. If you have her unlocked, right, Chef?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, mine's not too bad. I
haven't read 2 stars, which sucks.
I see the smirk on your face.
But
that's all you need.
I see the smirk on your face. So
2 stars is okay.
Curious.
Yeah,
2 stars is good enough.
This man acts like he hasn't already crushed my balls about how bad my yo-yo is.
You want to see a bad yo-yo? I don't think that. Wait, can we even see? It's 195. She's at right now.
We're comparable right now. Okay.
There you go. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be all right. So anything else? What are you guys excited for coming up? With all these new talk and new things coming up and everything like that. I personally am excited for the new other Black Order characters.
Yeah,
I know I said that before. So
I want to see like the whole team together. Mm-hmm. I want to see Proxima, Corvus, Ebony Maw. I want to see like the whole team, and I'm like really hoping that they have some like just as a whole they have cool animations. They just look.
I bet
cool.
they will.
I mean, it's the Black Order. Yes, I love the team, and in Contest of Champs, like most of the people from the Black Order are super sick, so I'm hoping that they do them justice in this game too.
Cool.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for?
Look, everything Black Order, man. I really want to see the rest of Moore's kit in writing. I want to see those final pieces, man, because I'm actually hoping he's in everything. I really hope that not everything's dependent on Black Order for him to do his thing. Like, I hope it's like defense up to all allies or TM up for all allies and not just Black Order, because that means you're going to be able to plug and play him into so many different game modes. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, if that's the case, then yeah, I think that will be fantastic going around. It makes sense for a legendary to have that, because it's kind of like you can kind of plug in Invisible Woman in. I know people were when Invisible Woman first came out were kind of upset that like, her passive said, or ultimate special, one of the two. I can't remember I don't really use her very often anymore. It said that, gives the person with the highest health is the one who's not stealth, essentially. I think that's her special. So it's like, well, it should be thing specific, but like that also applies for outside of just the Fantastic Four, even though it should say thing / the highest person, whatever, to make them the thing. So anyway, that'd be cool to have Ebony Maw be more plug and play outside of just the Black Order. That's the thing that I like the most about this game is the theory crafting and figuring out what you can do with different character combinations. Like somebody on YouTube posted something about having Spider-Man and Magneto in a U7 team, and I've started doing that recently, and that has given I can go a lot further in U7 with less heals because of that whole scenario of blinding with Magneto and extending with symbiote Spider-Man.
Can I give you
and it's just a powerhouse. Sure.
Get rid of Mags and throw in Graviton if you've got a good one.
Oh, I don't have a good Graviton at the moment, but that's interesting as well.
Why is that?
Stuns for days, slows for days. It's insane because both of those characters stun. And whenever any character drops below 50% when Graviton is on the field, any debuff they have gets extended by 110.
Wow. Yeah. I hadn't thought about it. My Graviton's at like 35K, something like that. So I hadn't really done a whole lot of stuff into aim, but I know, Crown, to you've put a lot into aim. So that's definitely might work out in your favor. So yeah, that's cool.
I have to try it out.
I only really do the theory crafting and characters I play a lot with, and I haven't done much with aim. So I think I just tried Aimtron for the first time, like this past war, because my aim time is just like 208K, but like 85 of that is Scientist Supreme. So I need to work on them a little bit more. So that's interesting. I'll have to give that a go. Learn something new every day. That's why we like having people on the podcast talk about new things.
What was new?
Oh my God.
You just left. No, Chia was saying to swap out Magneto for the Symbiote Spider-Man Magneto combo and put in Graviton instead because of stuns for days, as well as anytime that somebody goes under 50% debuff, is it everyone's gets extended, or just that person?
Yeah. So everyone's debuffs on the sorry, you're right. So anyone that goes below 50%. So if you rip out a Black Bolt ult, realistically everything's going to go down below half. So everything will get another turn or whatever. So if you stun a slow character, you can end up stacking so many stuns. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, next thing to try. So I'm looking forward to that. Anything else you guys are looking forward to, or is that pretty much it for now?
Oh, I'm looking forward to the Flash events that I told them that they should have done in the first place, that I'm taking full credit for.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, because I know nobody else came up with that idea. Like, I know.
Obviously.
Don't even get started.
They watched all your streams and figured
all
it
out. my 1 million YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, is that all happening in May, I want to say? I'm guessing that's when it'll start because it's the first Friday of the month, so I'm assuming that'll probably start in like 2 weeks. So we'll see. Anyway, talking forward. Moving on to Love It and Hate It, where we talk about one thing we love about the game, one thing we hate about the game. We always talked about what we love and hate about the game. So we ask our guests what they love and hate about the game. Chew, what's one thing you love about the game right now?
Definitely the Red Star curve being fixed. That's my favorite thing that happened this week. That should have happened a year and a half ago. So yeah, that's my favorite thing about what's going on right now.
Oh.
Sure.
Cool. And it's not community for once. So that's what
I know. We like answers that aren't the community.
Oh,
even though we love the community.
Although we do love the community, but
we do love the community, and everyone watching now, we love everything about it. But
I went into Reddit today, so I don't know. That's true for me today.
Dude,
is Reddit extra bad today?
I posted about the go and support this, and maybe with Fox Next super profits, and maybe they'd like to throw a few dollars towards it. And people would tell you charity sucks, and you need to get good at life, basically. So it's like, oh my god, some people.
GGs. You need to just 14 mil and chill, bro.
Yeah,
good at life, man. Need to get good at lung immunity.
Lung immunity, yeah. So. All right. Well, in that case, I guess community is the thing you hate right now.
No,
it's actually the rest of Red Stars and the whole rework, man. Like we covered this before, so you kind of beat me to the punch with this question earlier. That's literally the best and the worst thing that happened all on the same day.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate thing. It's just like they gave you one thing, but then they took away everything else, and it's just like, okay, now you got to work for it more. So
has it like directly affected you in the arena? I'm just curious.
For me, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, you guys would be in the top. Like I'm in a weird bracket where like I can't really get over 100. So like it's just always been the same for me since BB came out. But I'm curious if like people that hang out in the top 20, like if this has actually like negatively affected them because it maybe benefited somebody else that had maybe a fat 5 or 6 Red Star roster. I don't know.
At the same time, though, I mean, a lot of the guys in my sort of top 15, they've all got like stacked 6s, whereas I've only got like 3 of them. So for me, like on a couple of the fights, it might be a couple of percentage points where it goes my way more than it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, those sort of super cracking ones where they got real lucky, can't fight that, man.
Yeah, I have Fate's Fury in my arena shard. He's sitting at number 2, and so before the Red Star event, he's at number 2. Yeah, well, he's the good guy and stays at 2 because he could stay at 1, but he gives other people the opportunity to stay to get the 1 spot.
Good guy.
Before the Red Star rework, he was at 540K with his arena defense team, and they were all 6 Red Stars. So I'm only assuming he's probably close to 600K at this point with his arena team. So that was just
that sounds like fun.
Not looking forward to. I've tried to fight it a few times just for shits and giggles on stream, and it's I've been able to kill 2 people. So and before I get wrecked, I think he's got Sinister, Psylocke, Black Bolt, Captain Marvel, and Phoenix on that team. So
interesting.
Yeah. What?
Why the Psylocke? Is that for the evades?
I think the evades and whatnot. So it's real annoying to deal with unless you have somebody who can always hit their stuns, which is Symbiote Spider-Man, but I don't recommend taking Symbiote Spider-Man.
Wouldn't you not want to use Psylocke for the evade because you want Phoenix to get dead as soon as possible? No, and that evade will slow that process.
It could just make it more annoying, essentially. So
gives you a few more counters as well,
really
with because so many Phoenixes are on offense. You get the first, obviously, clear of all the debuffs using Phoenix's first turn, and then if you keep that pocket ult for Psylocke, it means you can clear all those D-ups from their Phoenix, and then you can basically throw that on one of their guys. So having a secondary clear is actually not a bad thing at all.
No.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
All right, what did you guys pull for red stars this week? I'm personally hoarding until Corvus Glaive comes to the event, so I can hopefully pull one red star for him. I'm looking forward to that.
I actually got crap. This is the first time after in a big opening, I got crap. I know, and I was mistaken before. I said I got 4 Proxima. I got 3 Proxima red star out of my hoard of. I opened like 30 orbs, and most of it were dupes. I did get a 5-star. Oh, that's right. I got a 5-star shield operative. That was my biggest.
Okay, it's not bad.
I mean, it helped like my defense team, I guess, but that's about it.
No. Chew, did you pull any red stars this week? Or are you
hoarding? Same reason as you for Corvus, and the other reason I wasn't opening anything this week is that Foxnax had a big patch, so I just didn't trust that stuff was going to be plugged in.
That's also true. Josh.
Well, I'm going to be opening up 40 red stars today on my on my block, and then I've got 1.5 elite 4 stars. So I mean, cool. With all the dupes I'm going to get, clearly I'm going to have 3 elite 4s by then.
Well, the good thing is I'm 200 credits now from opening up an elite 5, so that's cool.
Yeah, my elite 5 was a shield trooper. I wasn't really. I opened last time I opened, which was I guess like 2.5-3 weeks ago. I opened up 3 4-star tickets, got 3 duplicates, and then opened up a 5 with those extras and got the shield trooper. And I was like,
well, you shield trooper in D3, so I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the word. No offense, homie. I would have been more disappointed if I gotten shield operative, but I'm just saying,
Shield Trooper is at tier 14 of 5 red stars is going to be real annoying on war defense, especially you put him next to 2 tanks are taunting. Super annoying.
I'm just hopeful that I can pull a 7 red star before Casino. Like, I feel like that would be just really entertaining. Or Chew. I mean, I mean, Anyway, God, I'm sorry. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say this because I personally, if I were working for a company,
wait for this # hot take.
If I were working at Fox Next, okay, let's just talk about marketing for 1 second here, okay? Like, you got True Burger, for example, and I you know what? Like, people can sit here and say like, oh, well, you can't like single out people and give them more because they're content creators. It's like, no, F that, dude. These dudes actually sit there and are the direct representation of the game that these people make. Okay, so you have 2 guys that have clearly spent quite a bit of money wailing out to get those 7 red stars, and they didn't get them. What kind of message does that send to people? Honestly,
at this point, you'd think they would just backdoor give you one. That's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
see, you can get a 7 red star. Anyone can get it. Even the 2 biggest,
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I like that's just that's my marketing take. But then again, like, I mean, that's obviously not like they're hurting for money, but
yeah.
That's just my personal opinion, dude. Like, and I'm sure that Chew would not disagree with me, or maybe he would, but wouldn't mind the 7-star.
I love 7-star, but I don't want to get it that way, man.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
Would you even know? That's the question.
Would you even know? Yeah, that is the question. What if you were just opening up your stuff and all of a sudden just like 2 came raining down and somebody at Fox Next is like,
exactly. There's a marketing intern that is dispatched with watching Casino and Schubert every time they do anything just to be like, all right, they got it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's because everything you tune into mine, I'm dumping on someone at Fox Next, so I know exactly where I'm not getting any.
Yeah, likewise here. Why nobody listens to this podcast too, because all we do is complain. It is what it is. Chew, what do you have for war or team advice going forward with maybe it's a new character combination, like you were giving me advice about Graviton instead of Mags? Any team advice or war advice?
No, really. Just been messing around with like different versions of like more reliable Ultron squads to take down some of those sort of mid-range aim. At the moment, there seems to be a pretty cheeky combo running Korath, Cyborg. So you were talking before about a 7-red Cyborg. That's going to work out well for you. Ultimus and then Ultron, and then you can kind of pick a fifth then. So they have a nifty little interaction.
Wait, this is a war attack.
This is a war attack team, yeah. So Ultron, Korath, Cyborg, and who else did I say? Ultimates, yeah. Because Ultimates basically there's so many taunts going off very frequently that you can kind of get a few turns out of him. Especially when you finish DD3, I think that team will actually get a lot stronger because you can turn 1 decimate the guard. You can just go through and basically punch him to death instantly because he's going to taunt. And then you're going to punch through every buff that he has. So there's one of the charges already off the board. So that's been working for me probably about not quite 90%, but it's been pretty good. Line ball or even punching up a couple of times. Once the enemy teams go above sort of 270, 280, it's a little bit more dicey with that squad. But for those sort of mid-range Red Skulls, that works all right.
Yeah, I think so. At this point, I'm only waiting for Ultimus. I'm not too far away from Ultimus myself, but I know that once I do get him finally, that I have that team fairly well built already outside of like that with that in mind. So I just had to dump the Ultimus, but yeah, I know that because that was also wasn't that team also good for something else before Red Skull?
Guardians, yeah.
Guardians, yeah, for Asgardians. Asgard, sorry. So I'm excited. I'm really close to finally getting Ultimus. It's taken forever, but yeah.
Dom is the lower tier player out of all of us, so it actually kind of works out. You just hit 3.6. So yeah, it's like we're kind of like I just hit over 6. I think Chef's you're at like 5.6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. So we're all kind of like it's a nice perspective of the mid range. Before when we started this podcast, it was like early to sort of end game. I wasn't there yet. Now I'm kind of like end game. And then Dom's kind of in the mid range right now. So it's kind of cool to see like all the perspective and where we come from. So, Chew, do you have a favorite character that you like in the game right now?
Right now, still Hela, for sure. I mean,
God, everybody loves Hela, man.
Hela rules. I love Hela too now. Sure.
So even after they did that sort of ninja nerf on a couple of game modes there the other day by changing the way that the enemy attacks, it's still very, very good. My favorite thing that I'm trying to pull off to get a fun video on it is Endless Greg. Have you guys heard of Endless Greg?
This is Mr. Sinister with Hela.
Nobu.
Excuse me?
Nobu, if you have a Greg die, he has a passive chance to resurrect if Nobu is on the field, meaning that it will resurrect current Greg, and then Hela will spawn new Greg.
Get out of here.
But we can't if like let's say you're in a fight and Nobu dies, doesn't his res also like persist in the background?
So that's actually the correct case scenario is that if you end up with just Hela, you can end up with 9 Gregs, which basically means if someone uses an AoE and it doesn't kill Hela, they're all going to come back. You're going to wipe 90% turn meter off the enemy team, and she's going to go back to full health. It's insane.
Oh my god.
That's absolutely hilarious. That's hilarious. What a stupid combo. It's so dumb. Oh my god.
It's not easy to do. You need to do it in things like DD1 where it's just like endless loops and you can put in only a handful of characters, but it's fun nevertheless.
That actually makes me wonder if that's what if Senraven uses that a little bit with his 7 red star Hela. Like, cause I think he beat DD1 in like 19 minutes or something crazy like that.
Well, I finally added Hela into my U7, and now I used to have to double up on U7 nodes. And the other day I added Hela. So right now it's Ultron, Hela, Scientist Supreme, Minerva, and Captain Marvel. And now I went through 4 nodes, like one shot them, which has never happened to me. I did it on stream. It was the coolest. It was awesome. Hela's a game changer.
When you got Hela and then you're gonna put Black Bolt in instead of Ultron, you're gonna find that they're gonna go through like 50% of the time. We're getting Ultron team as soon as you can is the most important thing for Ultima 7 because especially now with the Red Star changes.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's not necessarily a hindrance, but it'll be good for later on too. Like if for some reason your team wipes and like you want to throw something in, or you just want to have like a burner team or something like that. Either if you don't want to use defenders or something else, like you can throw Ultron in there with a normal team, like your old Tech Wing team or something. And then go in there with something else. So I still use Ultron a little bit just because I have him in tier 14, so why not at the moment? But that's really all it is.
Why not?
But yeah, so do we have any questions lined up, Don? You have
there's a couple. Yeah. And then we have 10 more minutes till the next person's up. So we'll try to get through these as quick as we can.
Yeah, do that. I'm going to hit the head real quick while we do that, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Big Spartan 034, what do you think about Foxnex defining farmable for new tunes going into the Elite Store as campaign nodes or a store as opposed to orb obtainable? So I guess they technically did define it in an in-game mail as campaign nodes or as the store as opposed to obtainable.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for any future orb characters for sure. I mean, the good news is it doesn't affect Yo-Yo on that, I don't think, at the moment, because they said any existing Red Star upgrades you can still do. But yeah, anyone they put in there in the future, that's rough. That's real rough.
Yeah, I think farmability to me, I don't think orbs should be contained as, or should be considered as farmable, right? That's RNG based completely. Farmable to me is just campaign nodes. I don't even think store technically should be considered farmable. I think farmable to me is I open up the game, I can go into something, I could press play, and I can get a reward. To me, even the store being considered farmable is garbage too, because there's still RNG based if that character or those whatever I want is going to be in the store at that moment.
I've been saying this for a year now, is that red store for upgrades doesn't need to exist. Every other game that we played like this, like for the last, I don't know, 3 years, that's just built into the game. Like once your character has enough yellows, you can just upgrade it from the character select screen. Why that's its own store? I've never seen that before, other than just RNG gating, or they're just so bad at coding they didn't know how to do it.
Right.
Wouldn't put either one of them past them.
Yeah. Sunraven, thoughts on leaked characters such as Domino, Taskmaster, and Red Guardian coming without the Black Widow? I think he meant with the Black Widow movie release.
No, he's talking about that Red Guardian is supposedly coming out in November, because it was supposed to come out with the Black Widow release, but they pushed it back for some reason.
That's what it said.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You just come back from the bathroom.
I just did.
Yeah. Thoughts on lead characters of Domino, Taskmaster, and Red Guardian. Oh, okay. Now, so that makes sense. Coming without the Black Widow. Right. Okay, I get it. I mean, I don't really care about new characters at this point. I don't know how you guys feel, but like at this point,
I love Domino.
Characters.
I love the character Domino, so I am happy about that. She's one of my favorite champs to use in contest. So
she's awesome in contest. Absolutely, I'd love to see Taskmaster go City. There's a way you could law-wise justify that and make him that kind of army knife that we need for City right now.
Yeah,
no, easily. I mean, Taskmaster right now in the current Amazing Spider-Man has been a consistent staple. Like easily he could be City. Yeah. 82nd Airborne asks, do we know how long the Superior Spider-Man Symbiote Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, that's hilarious. Talk about Spider-Man. Symbiote Spider-Man milestones are going to be going on in the second iteration. Anybody know?
4 weeks is what they said. So it's already been a week, so we got 3 more weeks.
Okay.
Nice.
How are you guys doing on that? Did we talk about that? What are you guys at?
I think I have him at 4 yellow stars. I'm almost to 5. I think I'm like 30 shards shy of a 5. So I think I'm like 80 of 130 right now.
I am 18 shards short of unlocking his 4th red star, and I'm very excited about it because he's like 2 items away from G14. So
oh dang, yeah,
that's
nice.
Yeah, Charlie got me on the hype train for Symbiote.
What about you,
I am 90 away from the 5th star, so I think I'll probably end up at 5 by the end of the event.
Yeah,
cool. That's pretty sweet.
I'm 4 shards from 4 star, and I need to get him unlocked at 5 because I do have him 5 red star. So I need
that's big. That's big.
They said that they're going to re-roll this milestone event one more time after this, right? At some point in the next, because I have like 360 something milestone orbs. I've been kind of like saving, waiting for him to, get released in there. I'm just kind of like,
that'd be nice.
I'd like to open them up, because I like 300 something of them, and it's starting to get to me, We
gotta get through this quick. We have 5 minutes left. Milestones 365. What do you guys think about some way to shake up alphabet raids?
Just bring back actual character
shards.
Yeah, character shards.
Yeah, we
like
kind
they
of.
did for
Yeah,
Deadpool and Thanos. That's what I think they should do.
Absolutely.
totally.
Maybe throw one out there for 2 hours or something, you know?
Yeah. White Fang, how do you feel about Yo-Yo being premium exclusive? We kind of talked about that a little bit.
Kind of talked about that. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want any character to just be premium exclusive. I don't want anything to be anything premium. I want everything to be farmable in the best way possible. That's
free to play way, baby.
Yeah. Skelax, what store do you think they'll put Crystal in, or could they swap her with Rescue in the Blitz Orb?
Oh.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Now that Rescue's farmable, that's actually a pretty good idea. Personally think.
I don't know how true this is. Someone mentioned in the comments earlier that Rescue, or I don't know. I don't remember what they said. Something about Rescue being a placeholder for Ironheart as a node. Does that make it? Does that ring to anything? Is that a rumor? Or is that
around that time? So I mean, possibly because she got delayed severely.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. I mean, like, you know, Rescue. I get Rescue so much in the Blitz Orb, but it would be cool to have a different character there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I have Rescue at ready to go for 7 stars just from pulling her from the Blitz Orb, and that's about it. So
same.
But
is it? I always say Guaco Loco, but I realize it's not spelled Guaco. So actually,
Gacho.
It is Gacho. Loco. Okay, I'm still gonna call you Guaco because I love guacamole. This starts off as a funny thing and ends as a serious thing. How does Chu deal with his celebrity status with Techwing and his newest phenomenon, Yo Hobo? And how can I piss excellence like Chu Burger? And on a more serious note, if Chu can discuss gambling addictions and gacha game mechanics and the similarity between the two. His disclaimer before opening orbs is brilliant, I think. That's a lot there.
Look, I think the excellence thing is a joke. I'm mediocrity at best, by definition, really. Look, I don't have time to go on one of those rants, and these boys are definitely more upbeat than. I don't want to bring it down right now, but yeah, there's very strong psychology.
Oh, I want to hear it. I'm gonna have to look up a YouTube video of this because I get pretty.
2 minutes.
Yeah, do it, man, because it's my lowest video that I've ever done. So I actually had an interview with a guy from York University that does this. He actually does psychological studies on people who have gambling addiction to poker machines at casinos, and then people playing video games and actually mapping the parts of their brain that light up for each. It's the same. It is absolutely the same. So,
I believe it. I think we've mentioned this before. That
it's 100% a slot machine,
and maybe not even just necessarily with Strike Force in general, but games that involve loot boxes. And technically, you could consider these as loot boxes of some kind. Loot boxes in general are 100% related to gambling addictions. I mean, you know, we've seen legislation brought forward about loot boxes specifically, and it's something that has to be talked about. It will be talked about as time goes on because it's going to become more and more prevalent. And but yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you, dude. Totally.
Sure, you play contests, right?
Ish, yeah. I've just been playing it sort of casually for the last couple of months. I came in really
opening a crystal is a literal slot machine.
So, what I love about contest, I will say this, is that the button in the right-hand side means you can skip all the sort of dopamine animation, get the noise, fireworks. Yeah. So I think that's actually really good for people that, you know, are worried about that but still want to play.
Have that actual problem.
Yeah. Really, really good. Shit. So, yeah. Contest is a gorgeous game, by the way. It looks so good. It's good. I won't hijack now. We can talk about that off air, my man.
Sure.
Well, let's do this there's one last question.
Yep.
How do you guys, Big Spartan asks, how do you feel about the Earth Day Alliance donation event causing intra-alliance pressure to spend cores?
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that. Until to get to the last 2 boxes, dude, 500 cores is nothing. That's craziness. To like even just reset once, dude, that's nuts. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel it's like, I understand that's what they're trying to push for, but it also feels like they're just trying to empty the people's resources so that way they can bring something else on board and be like, oh, hey, look, here's a shiny new offer for like, you can get 3,000 cores for like $90 or something. I don't know.
That's because the Black Order's around the same time. Like they don't want them spending cores to be able to get some of those characters when they drop during Blitz. They want people to blitz like crazy so they get the hours, and they don't want people to be able to do both. So I've already told the people in my alliance I have no intention of doing that because I'm after Black Order. I'm going to go selfish play to the max on this one.
Yeah, well, the good thing is at least it activates at the 3rd one, which you can always get just from the bare minimum from your alliance. So I think that's what people should do. So anyway, I think that'll do it for us for this podcast. Chu, where can people find you one more time for your socials or your Discord.
Just
and
look, pretty much
AlterNerd,
any
all that
platform you can think of at TubeBurger84. You'll be able to find me over there. I'm not as active on IG and Twitter. Haven't been for a little while, but I intend on doing that later in the year. But mainly AlterNerd Reality on YouTube, Discord. Most of our videos are posted under there because I work with a couple of other guys who cover some other mobile games as well. But yeah, cheers for having me, boys. Much appreciated.
No problem. Man. And you can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter's overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you get this episode and every other episode where we talk about all sorts of stuff: Marvel Strike Force, video games, chef stuff, whatever Dom does on his off hours, crushing White Claws, all that kind of fun stuff. But anyway, we're gonna pass the torch now to Pokemon. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll post a link in the chat below. You guys can just click that link, go to there, say what's up. We're still going to stay on for a bit, so if you want to chat a little bit afterwards, we're not going to be recording and whatnot. So anyway, go take a look at that link that I just posted right now in chat. Go there, please. Pass the love. It's because he's on YouTube. We can't really raid him through Twitch, so there's that. So anyway, thank you all for coming on. Chew, thanks for being a part.
Is wearing a Daredevil cosplay. Really OMG, he wins, dude. He wins the entire day.
Yeah, so we'll still stay on for another 10-15 minutes after the fact, but please go at least stop over there because he's the next person up for the MSF charity stream. So thank you guys for being a part, and we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Peace out.
Boom.